The episode opens with a flashback. Asim, pregnant, visits a restaurant, which is revealed to be owned by Malsoon. Malsoon's daughter, Yesu, appears and proudly displays an award, hinting at a hidden identity. Returning to the present, we revisit the conclusion of episode 1. Daniel threatens to leave the company if Dory is fired. Dory, confused about her own identity, confronts Daniel, stating she doesn't even know who she is. Daniel, however, claims he can see her honesty in her eyes and vows to support her until she reveals her true self. Malsoon arrives home, preoccupied with thoughts about the house. A phone call from Gaben interrupts her reverie. They meet at a restaurant, where Gaben reveals a new company contract. Malsoon expresses her concern that Asim suspects her motives, but she affirms her determination to reclaim what she believes is rightfully hers. Minsu confronts Jisoo, suspecting she is hiding something. Jisoo remains evasive. Minsu suggests a date, and Jisoo agrees. At work, Emily intercepts Jisoo, offering a scarf from the police. Malsoon observes them from afar, triggering a memory of Jisoo refusing her offer of food after returning from work. A woman approaches Malsoon, apologizing for her previous negative judgment. She reveals she recently discovered Malsoon is her granddaughter and expresses a desire for a harmonious relationship. Malsoon accepts her apology. Daniel questions Dory about her conversation with Casey. Meanwhile, Lena observes Daniel caring for Dory. The following morning, Lena confronts Daniel about JN, accusing her of stalking him and Dory. Daniel denies the accusations, stating he enjoys Dory's company and feels comfortable around her. The scene shifts to an incident involving a YouTuber near the restaurant's generator. A problem arises, threatening the restaurant's operation. The staff must devise a solution to avert the impending closure. Hannah mentions her mother's fondness for a particular singer. Dory reveals she shares the same appreciation. Abby abruptly takes Dory to Jisoo's room, where she is listening to the singer's music. Hannah confides in Dory about Daniel's ongoing trouble with a returning stalker. Dory and Daniel leave the company together and board a bus. Daniel falls asleep on Dory's shoulder. Simultaneously, Gaben witnesses a man mistreating a waitress at a restaurant and intervenes to help her. Jian visits KCM, seeking an alliance to remove Dory from Daniel's life. Jian claims Daniel was never happy with her and suggests they share a common goal. KCM agrees to the partnership. At Malsoon's house, the family enjoys a meal. Malsoon announces that Jisoo's favorite singer will be visiting the company, offering Hannah and her a chance to perform with him. Despite Jisoo's initial reluctance, Malsoon encourages her to attend. Jisoo eventually goes to the company and meets her idol. Overjoyed, she gets an autograph. However, her happiness is short-lived as she receives a call from Minsu informing her of her father's death. Jisoo bids farewell and leaves. Flashbacks reveal Malsoon's past. She worked at the restaurant and fell in love with a regular customer. Another flashback shows a woman, the man's mistress, confronting Malsoon and demanding she leave him. Malsoon refuses, determined to provide for her daughter, Jisoo. Dory calls Janet, worried about Minzy. Jisoo returns home, and Janet attempts to talk to her, but Jisoo postpones the conversation. Dory is reprimanded for interfering. Later, she confides in Dory, expressing her regret for Jisoo's situation. Jisoo, drunk, confesses her remorse for her mother's struggles and calls Dory, mother, hinting at a deeper connection. Jian, observing a photo of Daniel, Dory, and Gaben hugging, sends it to the SM, creating a scandal. Daniel confronts Gaben about the photo, concerned about its impact on Dory's debut. Malsoon and Daniel have a tense encounter, leading to a car ride together. Jisoo, looking at her mother's room, is reminded of her drunken behavior. She questions Dory, suspecting she might be her mother. Finally, as Dory and Daniel drive, they realize they are being followed by the stalker. Daniel reassures Dory, promising to protect her. 7 years ago, Daniel confronts Jean with a recording, accusing him of criminal activity. Jean counters with a secret, preventing Daniel from going to the police. Meanwhile, Jean witnesses their encounter and secretly photographs them, planning to expose Jean. The media hounds Daniel, questioning his relationship with Dory. Daniel retaliates by releasing a video exposing Jean's infidelity with other women, unbeknownst to Dory. A celebration follows, but the underlying tensions remain. Jean confronts Daniel, revealing her knowledge. Daniel, in turn, threatens to involve the police but offers her a last chance. ACM also pleads his innocence to Daniel, but is ignored. Dory comforts a distressed Daniel, leading to a moment of intimacy witnessed by Jae-ing. The group drinks together, and Jae-ing expresses her longing for her absent father. Meanwhile, Jisoo discovers a shocking truth while searching Dory's belongings. Dory is his mother. Dory practices with a young girl. Later, she talks with Daniel, who expresses his resentment towards his aunt. Duri comforts him, and they share a kiss. Duri returns home and shares a meal with Jishu, giving him a treat from Hannah. Gabby visits Duri, and they spend time together shopping and taking photos. At home, Duri investigates her past, uncovering a shocking revelation. Daniel is Lisi's son, given to her sister to protect him from the world. Duri meets Asim, who apologizes for past actions. She also speaks with Gabby Ing, who encourages her to pursue her feelings for Daniel. Duri experiences leg pain on her way to the company. A taxi driver watches her ominously. At rehearsal, she struggles and is mocked by a worker, triggering memories of an old woman from the beginning of the series. Malse and Yasmin are shocked to learn the old woman was a janitor and potentially an MLA. During rehearsal, Duri collapses. Duri wakes up and insists she's fine. Janet visits Jishu, who confronts her about being his mother. The taxi driver gives Duri an ultimatum: disappear in 6 months or become the new old woman. She has 3 days to decide. Duri confides in Gabying, who gives her a peacock. Malseum realizes the peacock she gave earlier belonged to her sister, the janitor. Gabying urges Daniel to care for Duri. Duri overhears Jishu, who declares his love and acceptance of her as his mother. Duri meets Malsoon, admitting to stealing her song but promising to return it. She asks Malsoon to protect Daniel, revealing he is her son. Duri expresses her love for Daniel and asks him to cherish their remaining time together. Jishu quits his job, and Jayanat meets with him. Duri prepares for her performance, defying the taxi driver's warning. She dances on stage, while Malsoon's family watches. Malsoon writes letters for Simi, anticipating her own disappearance. A year later, everyone is pursuing their lives. Minsu promotes his restaurant and encounters an older Gabian. Jared lives with Jishu's aunt, watching Minsu and Gabian's live stream with Jishu, who has passed his exams. Daniel is in a coffee shop, listening to his song. He sees Duri, who initially pretends not to recognize him, but then smiles, signaling a new chapter in their relationship.